all my little smut sluts, and welcome to Beth's Naughty Read. I'm Beth LaMontagne, and I hope you guys are ready to get dirty as we talk about Deborah Blandon's new book, Game Changer. The book was released earlier this month on May 2nd, and we are going to have some fun talking about it. Before we do that, though, I do want to remind you guys to please take a moment to thumbs up this episode, as well as subscribe so that you get notifications as my new episodes come out. Also, please follow me on all the socials. So Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me under Beth's Naughty Reads. So let me start by saying Deborah Blandon is one of my most favorite authors. She is a New York Times and USA Today and Wall Street Journal bestselling author. Her genre falls kind of between rom-com and dark romance. She's neither of those. That's why I say she kind of hits in the middle of them, because while she does have some humor in her books, they usually have a pretty deep plot. And they do have some smut. And while it's definitely a power transfer kind of thing, it's not nearly as dark as some of the, dark romances that are out there. Let's be honest, there's some power exchange. Like I said, what girl doesn't love being told what to do in the bedroom? And this gentleman does it really well and makes it pretty spicy. Like I said, she's one of my favorite authors, and she actually helped me break into the romance genre, if you will. I started reading her stuff in late 2020. She gave me an opportunity to kind of feel my way. Like, I had read a couple rom-coms, and then she was probably one of the more serious books that I read. And I've since then have read literally almost all her books. I'm talking 80 plus books from this woman that I have read. Her stories are always good. She has good, I shouldn't say good, light humor. And there's a lot of character crossover in her books. It was really cool. So you get to continue to see the development of her characters as you meet them, and as you progress into other storylines, you see those characters continue to grow, which I think is really cool. Let's talk a little bit about the book, Game Changer itself. So that now that you guys know, I totally love Deborah. I know I'm probably a little biased on how I felt about this book, but I thought they had strong characters all the way across. The main male character, his name is William Knight. He is a dating coach, per se. He doesn't call himself that. He calls himself his official title on his business cards is personal advisor. When he talks to people, he calls himself a professional wingman. He helps gentlemen get the attention of the woman that captures their heart, so that they can call them his. He's built around respect and chivalry. And so anytime he sees that not happening, even in like just a society situation, hanging at a bar, if he feels someone's being disrespectful to just females in general, he'll stop it and he'll help them grow, so that they can learn to better appreciate women and learn to better appreciate themselves. The female character is Opal Waverly. She's a sweet, sweet girl. She is very close to her grandmother, who developed a board game. In my head, it was a lot like Monopoly, I think. It's called Turquoise Crown. Wow, that was hard for me to say. Turquoise Crown. And she has given Opal the title, the rights to the title. And so Opal is opening a bar called the Turquoise Crown, that helps feed her passion of bringing people together so that people continue to build that social connection, and the universe continues to get better from people spreading the love of friendship. The book starts by William getting a new client. His name is Percy Haynes, and he has asked William to help him get Opal's attention. I don't know. I kind of, from the minute this character was introduced, I felt something hinky about him. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like, there's something more to this gentleman than what is being set up. So because of this request to help, since William doesn't know Opal, he has to get to know her. So he starts planning opportunities to run into her, talk with her. And their first one, their meet cute, he is immediately captivated by Opal. They literally run into each other outside the bar as she's closing shop. and she spills this disgusting smelling dip all over his gazillion-dollar suit. He is automatically, like I said, captivated, thinks she's the most beautiful woman he's ever seen, and is basically dumbfounded. Like, he finds himself stuttering, which isn't his thing because he's a stud. You know, he has one night stands. He's got away with ladies. He doesn't understand why he's having such a hard time with this. But the more time he spends with her, the more he begins to realize that he wants her for himself and not Percy. So he begins to try to understand why this is important to Percy. I'm not going to go into that because that'll give too much of the book away, but that's where you really, start to see this relationship build. There's, of course, very thick sexual tension between them that takes a while to build. I will say that William puts himself kind of in a position by not being completely transparent with Opal. And that comes to back to bite him in the ass. And Opal has had her heart broken horribly in previous relationship. And so she's very protective of her heart. So she's really trying to fight this draw to him as well. It took a little while for the spice in typical Deborah form, right about that 50% mark, which a lot of authors do, right? They start, they build that plot, they build the story, the characters, and then the steam comes. But when it comes, it hits hard. When it comes, it comes. Very good, honey. The first quote is when they're finally giving in to that need that they have for each other. And this one is from, I believe this one is from William. He says, let me get into my character voice. I have a confession to make. A confession? She whispers silently, praying. Oh, it's her point of view. She whispers silently, praying that it's nothing sinister. What confession? His gaze trails over the front of her dress. It's taken every ounce of patience I have and possess not to drop to my knees, hike that dress up, and dive between your legs for a taste of you. I mean, let's do it. This next one kind of speaks for itself. It's a bit long, but it was way too juicy of a scene to cut any of it out. So bear with me as I read through this. And this is when they're kind of rolling around in bed. So that's why I start with, I edge my legs apart even further, although his thighs are already doing that for me. Fuck me, I say, and both of his eyebrows rise as his tongue glides over his bottom lip. Now? I smile. Now, William. I add the one word I sense will get me what I need the most right now. Please? He moves ever so slightly, reaching down between us to position his thick head of his cock at my entrance. His fingers glide over my sex, stopping to circle my already throbbing clit. You're so fucking ready. With that, he pushes in brutally, fully, and so abruptly that I let out a deep-seated moan. Fuck yes, he growls, pulling out before pushing every smooth inch of him back inside me. You're so tight, so perfect for me. I close my eyes and to try and force the sound of those words from my mind. I don't want them to be etched in my memory forever, but I know that they will be. His thrusts so forceful that each coaxes the sound from me. It's a sound I've never made before, and I can't control it. It fuels him more. He drives his cock into me relentlessly as I near another orgasm. I can't stop it. I don't want to. All I want to do is feel it. Give me another, he orders. Let me feel you come on my cock.
All right.
That's pretty good, right? It's hard for me.
I need to chime in as the producer of this podcast.
Share your 2 cents.
That's, come on.
What?
What was her, how do you get to the point where you're writing that?
If I was an author, I would tell you, but I'm just the joyer of reading it.
Right?
The joyer?
I'm not legally thinking we're allowed to put that on TV.
It's not on TV. It's on YouTube. And we just did. So we'll see what happens.
Fuck it. Let's go.
So it does, like I said, while it does take a little while to get there, it does get there. And a lot of their scenes are spicy like that. I just liked this one specifically because this is the first time they're having what is it called? A romp in the hay. Is that how you say it? Around in the bed. I have no idea.
A roll in the hay?
A roll in the hay.
Jesus
Thank you.
Christ. What are you, 100?
Almost.
Just getting laid, man. Hook it up.
Well, I don't use words like that when I'm asking something from you.
Laid.
So What are other readers saying? Oh, look, I surprised myself. I did put it in here, honey. I'm so great. So I'm going to start sharing just a couple of some reviews. So Kristen Berger said, what a unique story plot. I loved it. The characters were awesome. Opal was smart, driven, and compassionate. William, kind, thoughtful, strong, and honorable. All around, great story. Thank you, and well done. And then I'm going to share one from Kindle Customer. What a roller coaster ride. Well, this story is more than I thought it would be. These two had some past to work through to find their HEA. Deborah really had a unique plot and plot twist as they get to know each other and fell all the way in love. Love them both, but William was such a swoony character. Really good book and so worth the time to read.
What's HEA?
Huh?
HEA.
Happy Ever After.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Thank you. There might be some people who don't know that, but I'm pretty sure every girl knows Happily Ever After because we watch movies with princesses in them. Okay, so spice scale. I gave it a 3 out of 5. You got that, baby? So I gave it a 3 out of 5, not because it wasn't spicy, but because it took halfway and because the plot was just as important as the smut. So, you know, while it was there, I felt like the plot was just as important. So I gave it a 3 out of 5. You can tell by my quotes that there's definitely some steam and a lot of heat. Lots of story building before it gets steamy. So just kind of what I said. I feel like both the author. Okay, I can't make sense of my own notes. I feel like both the author. I don't know. Anyways, so I feel like this book would be great for anyone just getting into the romance genre. I have a friend, Allison Clay, also known as CPG Fangirl. Allison, if you're looking, who has never read a romance novel, let me say that. If you're looking for a book to break into the romance genre, I would say this is a great book for that. I would say that any Deborah Blado book is a great place to start. If you want something, a rom-com is always great, but this is a little bit more heavy on the story. So I would say this is a great book for those of you breaking into the romance genre. I also think it's a great book to add to your summer reading list. It's definitely fun. There's some plot twists that you don't see coming. And so I think this is a great book all the way around. And if you get a chance, take a read. I will say for my next episode, I am reading a spicy rom-com by Megan Quinn. Stay tuned to my socials so that you can see what I'm reading. And if you'd like, read with me. But until that time, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week and we'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.